So the pirate movie, the wonderful 1982 movie, right? 82?
The pirate movie.
The pirate movie. So, what were you...
The musical.
And you love your musicals, so we know you're okay.
I do.
We know you love it.
Yeah.
I have some notes of what I like about it, might want to talk about, but...
Okay.
What do you think? What's on your agenda?
Well, not a whole lot.
Okay.
I didn't quite finish the film. I got through a good chunk of it. I'll say that.
Okay.
Got through a good chunk, but it just got to a point where I had to call it quits.
Really? You didn't like it?
It's a musical, so that part did excite me.
Okay.
Okay. So you're saying...
I'm saying sensing there's a butt coming.
There's
Yes.
a big butt.
Oh, Kelly's big
Very
butt.
big butt.
Oh,
Okay.
man.
Yeah. Yeah. The love was not there. I appreciate it for what it is.
Okay.
So much so that, I mean, my husband and I did try and sing the love song together for fun.
Okay.
That's like what we do. It's our thing. That's
Right,
like,
of course.
you know.
We sing songs together.
Some people kiss. We, sing 80s songs to each other.
Some snuggle. And
That's our intimacy. That's
not a bad one, I guess.
We still haven't
but-
made it to third base. We're working on that. So fingers crossed tonight. Like I'm ready. Let's go. Okay. So I didn't make it all the way through. I'm
Wow,
just
okay.
gonna admit it.
So-
I'm just gonna admit it. I did not finish the film.
Okay, because I really like this movie. I watched it when I was
No,
younger.
I know. See, you've got the nostalgia thing. I don't.
That's true, I
This
do,
is the
you're
first
right.
time I'd ever seen it.
Okay. Well, I know Caleb and I were kind of talking. And
Yeah.
we were
Yeah.
going on. Like, I mean,
We were very
I know,
happy.
like, yeah, I mean.
Well, tell me what you talked
okay,
about.
so some of the cool
maybe.
things, like, was like, they definitely went out of their way.
What are the cool things?
Right. So first,
Yeah.
like the sets and the
Yeah.
ship.
That whole underwater scene where he's singing the song, and I thought that was really cool. That song was really catchy.
Okay. They're just gonna keep talking about this stupid movie that nobody cares about. I guess some people care about it, not me. I could care less about this. Pirate movies. We should just talk about Pirates of the Caribbean. I mean, that's a pirate movie. Yeah, Johnny Depp, Jack Sparrow. Yo ho! Oh, Gilbert and Sullivan. Oh, they wish this was Gilbert and Sullivan. No, it's not even half as good as Gilbert and Sullivan. Oh, they don't know their modern major generals from their animals, vegetables, or minerals. For crying out loud, this is terrible. I'm tired. I'm just catching some Z's. Oh, they're just gonna keep yakking. Oh, these idiots. They don't know a good musical. I could use a sandwich. I'm a little skinny. I could get some meat on these bones. Bones. Skull and crossbones. Pirates.
Arrgh! What a day! Whoa!
Neil?
Arrgh! Kelly? What? Why you look so weird?
Why are we, how am I, did you dress me, are we role playing? What is,
Arrgh!
what is this? You guys,
What are you talking about?
Caleb! What is it? What is this?
Have you gotten into the cask of rum again?
What be happening?
So,
Why,
I'm back from a
grammar?
day of pillaging and plundering and
Plumaging.
plumaging.
Da-da-da. And that's the end of the show.
And what other things that pirates do? So, how are you?
Matey, why I be calling you matey? Why?
Caleb,
What be
is wrong?
happening?
Captain
What be
Neil.
happening to me?
Alright, they call me Captain Salt and Pepper Beard.
Well, ahoy, Captain Salt and Pepper.
Oh, ahoy, matey. It is good to see you again.
Could a matey pray tell me what be happening under?
We are having the old cult show. How are you today, this fine morn? In the
I
basement
mean-
of the old picture show. It's getting kind of hot in here.
I know. Being a pirate is hard
It's
work.
hot. So,
I be about as hornswoggled as a seagull.
there's a seagull, yes. There's a seagull in a pelican's mouth. So, we come together, as always, to celebrate those things which we find entertaining and even pop culture-y, if ye will.
Aye. What be this?
What,
I see
what-
here with mine eyes.
My own eye.
Is that Bill Shakespeare? Chris Farley.
What have ye there?
What's your pirate name?
I thought I already told you, but all right. Let's see what yours and Caleb's name
All
are.
Caleb. We have, what be ye middle name?
H.
Mitch?
H.
H. He said Mitch. Like Mitchell. It's not a very piratey name. H.
Like hell hath no fury, like a
All right,
wench scorned.
that paper is covering part of your face, if you care.
Is it paper or be it parchment?
This is parchment and my quill. From that seagull we be talking
Yes.
about that I ripped off with my own jumpers.
All right. I like my
you-
lady pants.
I like them too.
They highlight my lady butt.
These be free people from Macy's. Clearance. Not many coins.
doubloons.
Shekels.
Doubloons.
Doubloons.
Shekels, the blooms.
Pieces of 8.
There you
How many
go.
doubloons for those britches? Yeah, okay, Caleb. What be I say instead of okay? What's my pirate version of that?
Little-
Okay.
A little Ozzy Osbourne, perhaps.
Caleb is Captain Deadman's Dirty. Captain Deadman Dirty? Captain
Alright.
Deadman Dirty.
What about the first
Oh, wait.
last name?
Oh, I messed up. Captain Head of Dark Water.
I be a captain too?
Captain!
Head.
Arg!
Can there be two
Captain
captains
Head.
on one show?
I just had a movement, sorry.
No,
Sorry about that.
That'd be a stone from the kidneys, I believe. Okay. It's a black pearl. Woo!
I have given birth. I am like Kelly now.
Speaking of Kelly, her pirate name is a one-eyed legs hornswoggle.
One-eyed leg.
A one-eyed leg. I think mine husband Hitman has a one-eyed leg. Woo!
Which he wants to get hornswoggle.
Oh, and he will if he plays his cards right. Okay, Neil. The Captain Mother of Pearl. Mother of the Black Pearl.
What ye exists on
Neil,
parchment, oh wise parchment.
your pirate name is Pearl. I don't make this up.
Pearl.
The jokes write themselves. Pearl. What's your middle name?
Know ye middle name. Parents to stone to come up with one. Or
All right, Neil.
Pearl.
Pearl Rivers. All together now.
Pearl Rivers? P. Rivers. Pearl Rivers.
All together now. Pearl
Rivers.
Like Rivers Cuomo from the Weezer of the.
Therefore, Caleb is the captain of this ship.
Uh-oh. I kept-
Shite.
For sake of clarity and sanity, the rest of the show will not be in pirate.
So how you doing?
So, welcome back to the Cult Show, everyone.
Ye old cult show.
Ye old cult show. I'm very happy because I just celebrated my 5-year wedding anniversary with the Hitman.
Oh, congratulations.
Thank you.
That's wonderful. 5 years.
5 years, yeah.
Wow.
Haven't quite reached that 7-year itch. I'm starting to get a little tickly, not quite a full-on itch though. I haven't got the itch yet, so.
There's a little bit of a tingle.
There's a slight tingle.
Oh, okay.
Woo, yeah.
Wow.
You might want to get that checked out.
Yeah. Might be another kidney stone.
It's all about Flomax.
Those things don't. Yeah, it's all that Flomax I'm taking.
Your
Woo.
prostate's just like, pah!
Oh my. Yeah. So.
Yum or yeah?
Yeah. So we had a really wonderful anniversary. Did a little getaway. Went to Mill Valley in Sausalito. So like
Cool.
it's 45 minutes away. So we brought the dog with us. So we got to, he got to sleep on the bed, which was exciting because he doesn't get to sleep on the bed at home. So we were in the hotel room, and he's like, I get to go on the bed, and it was real cute.
You keep him off the bed at home though?
Yeah,
That's a
he's
chore.
not allowed.
How do you do
he's
that?
not allowed in the bed.
Wow.
Oh, just if he tries to get up, just say no or get up or
discipline.
just shut the door
Oh, okay.
and then don't let him in. So,
That's cool.
but the couch, I mean, yeah, he owns the couch now basically.
Yes.
That's all his.
My wife would much rather have the dogs in the bed than me. So.
I would
I know.
I would love to snuggle with him every night, but
But it hasn't
the
worked out
Hitman
yet.
says no. Maybe by the time we get to those 7 years, he will give in. We'll see. We'll see.
She'll lay down the ultimatum.
I'll lay it down. Yes. So yeah, anniversary fun.
Cool.
But what about you? What have you been up to? Easter plans? Any big Easter plans?
No, but I did go to Las Vegas to an industry convention called CinemaCon.
That's right.
Yeah.
So do tell.
So
What's
we
the
got to-
scoop? What's the?
We got to hobnob with the elite, if you will, of Hollywood. And the studios basically come out and they gather you all and they bring you their, here's our wares. They bring you
Yeah.
their upcoming wares. See what we have, play it in your theaters. Please don't play anyone else's stuff, kind of thing. And so,
So
Caleb,
watching a lot of trailers.
and bits of films.
Okay. So they give like a little presentation.
extended clips or things,
Okay.
or they'll.
Okay.
Things that haven't been released yet
Yep.
to
Nice.
the public.
Yeah, like this year, they showed us that Joker, that teaser for the Joker that came
Oh,
out.
that's
They
a
showed
good
us
teaser.
that first. And
That's
then,
a good teaser.
Yeah, it was really good. We were all going like, holy cow, that's
I was
really
gonna say,
cool.
was there like an audible reaction,
Yeah.
and the crowd was like, "Oh,
Yeah, we all did like a, what?
what?
So,
Yeah,
Yeah, that was probably the biggest
cool.
reaction
Oh yeah,
from everyone. So it was pretty cool.
yeah.
And then they'll bring like some of the stars out to introduce it sometimes. Or
Fantastic.
talk about it.
Yep.
So
Yeah, this year we saw like they brought out for the new Terminator film. They brought out Arnold and the new
Really?
Terminator gal and Linda Hamilton, which is
Wow.
so cool seeing
Oh
her.
my gosh.
Because she's back in it. It's cool. And they showed an extended clip, so it was cool to see
Oh,
her
that's
kicking
awesome.
butt. And then they had, and you're not gonna believe this, but Jamie Lee Curtis came because she has a new film coming out called Knives Out, and it's like an Agatha Christie whodunit kind of thing, and it's around about a family though, and it looks like kind of a black comedy drama.
Okay.
And it's her and Toni Collette and Daniel Craig and Chris Evans. It's got like a really great cast.
Oh my God.
But you
Awesome
got
cast.
Jamie Lee and Toni
Yeah.
Collette together.
Two of
and
our
it-
favorites on this
but
show.
I mean, it's Agatha Christie thing. It looks so good.
Oh my gosh,
That was the
I
thing
can't
I
wait.
was actually
Okay.
most excited about.
Okay.
Was seeing that.
Oh,
And
that's
then
so cool.
later on, they have an award ceremony at the very end where they gave some of the stars like awards for best comedy, for the
Okay.
year, and best lifetime achievement. Jamie Lee Curtis was there in the audience, and before it started, I ran up and said hi to her.
Nice.
I shook her hand.
Oh, that is
I was
so
like
cool.
so excited.
Oh
So,
my gosh! And
yeah.
that's the first time you've ever.
Yep.
Wow.
Ever. First
Wow.
time.
Ever?
Ever. She was there last year to introduce Halloween.
Right.
Which was cool to see her eyes,
Yeah.
in person, but to actually get to meet her this time was really neat.
That's.
So
yeah.
that was cool.
Yeah.
That was
Well,
probably
how
one of
cool.
the highlights.
Awesome.
Yeah.
They also showed you something on It, right? The new chapter 2.
I'll see now that.
Did you
I'm
see?
really
Or
excited.
didn't they bring the?
Oh, they brought the whole cast out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
They didn't show. No, they did show something.
Did you see
I'm
Bill
sorry.
Hader?
Yeah.
Lucky.
Yeah,
I love
lucky.
him.
Yeah, they brought the entire cast out. That was
It
cool.
was like Bill Hader,
Jessica
Jessica.
Chastain.
James McAvoy.
McAvoy. That's who I love, James
Yeah,
McAvoy.
right.
I was geeking out over
We're
him.
like
Oh, yes,
big
I love him.
Split fans.
Yeah, I was sitting up really close too, so I was just kind of like, James, James. You're trying to sniff him.
Yes.
So, but you're so cool.
Say words so I can hear accents.
Exactly.
Any words.
Say exactly. Say anything. It's,
anything.
it's 13 different characters.
Yeah.
But no, that was actually cool. So the whole group was
Very
out there, and
cool.
then they had the littles with them also.
Oh, okay.
So they had
So you got to see
they had each
Finn,
one.
Wilf,
Cute.
Hound.
Yeah,
whatever.
all of them.
I
But
wonder if Jessica's ever gonna be in these here parts, cause you know she's
her parents were here. Or something?
yeah, her mom owns a food truck around here.
Oh, I've heard
Fast
there
food
was
truck,
something
yeah.
about here,
Yeah.
but she probably does all the time. We just don't
I
know.
know.
So, just like I talked to Seth Rogen because he was there
got
with
married.
Charlize Theron for their new movie Long Shot.
Yeah.
And so I talked to him. This is not the first time meeting him.
Okay.
And I said, "Hey, dude, you got married in my neck of the woods in Healdsburg."
Yeah.
And he's like, "Oh yeah." Sorry, I can't.
Whoa.
I can't get that.
That Rogan.
I can't
really
get
just
that
takes it
Rogan
out of
exactly.
him, yeah.
My voice is a little arged out. Anyway, and he's like, "Oh yeah," he's like, "I love that area. We've been back a couple of times since then." And it's like, "Dude, really? You haven't like reached out?" I'm like, "Come on, we got movie theaters in town." And he's like, "Oh yeah, I'm a dick." so like total straight face. So I was like, "Okay, I'll see you later." I was like, I'm like, he's done with me already.
Done. Moving
So,
on.
Anyway, it was just kind of funny.
Thank
though.
you next.
But yep.
Yep.
So see you later, bye.
Bye. Exciting
Yeah,
though. That's
that was
a,
it.
a big deal.
And then let's see what else. So yeah, then I went to LA last weekend
You've been busy.
because I like scary movie experience. Oh, that wasn't why I went. I went for other reasons, but then I was sure to fit in.
Okay.
The I like scary
Ooh,
movie.
other reasons.
Like work stuff.
Okay.
Nothing like nothing cool. Sorry. Yeah. So I did go. Which was really cool, to the I like scary
That's
movie things
so
in downtown
awesome.
LA. 'Cause it
So
was
that
really
makes
neat.
2 of the group that have been to it now.
Because our wonderful Wanda,
Our dearest, with the wonderful Wanda, she got to go too.
she did. So
Yeah.
it was pretty neat, right?
Oh, yeah.
Wanda says, "Oh yeah." So
Wow,
that's how
that
she
was
said it.
so-
Oh yeah. So anyway, she
It
really
really
liked
turned
it.
her on.
What did
Really
you
got her
want?
going.
Like Kool-Aid? Like,
No, but she'd have been like,
Oh yeah.
right through the door. How's she supposed to say it?
she'd be like, "Yeah, I went. It was cool." But she was like, "Oh yeah." I went in there
Really
not
fun
knowing how
stuff.
photo centric it was. Like you can get into all the,
Oh, okay.
art because it's an art. What would you call it? An art
but it's an interactive
art
yeah.
exhibit. There you go.
Yeah. And I
Um,
mean, it's all about the Instagram, the social
Yeah.
media,
It is.
photo op
Yep.
kind of thing.
It was cool.
Which is great. I mean, the photos were amazing that you guys took. They
They were fun.
were very funny.
There were some good ones. Yeah, I
Yes.
agree. And there's some other good ones I got to
There
share.
were some really fun ones. I
But-
loved the Beetlejuice one that you took on the couch. Which is
Oh yes,
that was.
She did some
great.
good ones, yeah.
Yes.
it was cool. They had a cool. The coffin was neat from It.
Oh, yeah.
That was fun with the clowns around you. And
What was your
everything.
favorite room?
Oh, the Freddy. They had a Freddy
Freddy,
Nightmare on Elm
yeah.
Street. Yeah, I'm a huge
And
Fred.
yours?
I'm a Fred head. So
Between
Love 'em.
Beetlejuice and The Shining.
Oh, yeah,
Shining was
yeah.
cool too.
Yeah.
Super
Very
cool.
They had it was floor and wall of the
Yeah.
carpet, the Shining carpet, the overlook
Yeah.
hotel carpet, and
Blood splattered snow.
Yeah.
Red rum, all that.
the red rum on everything.
Yes.
Yeah, the twin girls had their pattern on their dresses was the same
So
carpet
cool.
pattern.
So cool.
It was pretty neat. I took a
And-
really inappropriate picture with them that I chose not to post because I was
Oh, really?
I was advised of my rights before I did, so I chose not to post it. When I say inappropriate, some people could see it in a bad light, possibly. So,
Never.
hey, if you saw Forbidden Zone,
Oh, you greeted them.
I greeted them.
Okay. All right.
I actually didn't do that. That was totally tasteless. So, anyway, it was fun. It was good. It was a good time. LA is fun. I like going to LA.
I like it too. I miss it. I love it. It's great.
We should
It's
take a
great too.
trip sometime. I think. All of
I don't
us
know if
together.
I don't know if you want to go on a trip with me.
No, it'll be fun. No.
Yeah.
You have a lot of luggage.
Well, I have a lot of luggage.
Like your hair dryer's like this giant thing alone.
It's like one of those like old beauty salon ones
Oh,
where you
yeah,
like
the
sit
bag.
underneath. I set it up in the hotel room. I'm very unique to travel with.
I
don't think you would. You'd get a little stressed with me.
We'll just have Brent
I'll
give
just
us a
say.
manual and some instructions before you leave. Don't feed you after midnight. Don't get you wet. You know, and then
Neil's
we'll know what to do.
Neil's like very organized. Like it seems like he seems like he's responsible. I don't know. Can wake up at a decent hour.
That's true. I can.
Whereas like how obsessed I am with Disneyland, and like when we go, I'll wake up and be like, we'll get there at like noon. I take my time
Okay.
getting ready. I'm like, I don't need to be there by rope drop. We'll get there when we get there.
Right.
I'm a very laid
back?
Yeah.
There's got to be a happy medium.
There's got to be,
somewhere.
yeah.
I think we
gotta
can do
make
it.
it work. We're gonna make it after all.
Just
Just like Mary Tyler Moore. Jinx, wow.
Anyway.
Anywho.
So yeah, we should do that. That'd be fun.
So,
we're gonna do it, and we're gonna film the whole thing.
The whole thing? Or...
We'll have like the butt cam, like finger butt cam. I don't know.
Oh, there you
I'll
go.
be just like a little camera.
Finger butt cam. What is this pink tube I'm looking at the whole show? It's really rigid.
I may have seen that already on the internet.
Yeah.
Maybe. I don't know. Possibly.
So hey, I brought you a present.
What?
I brought you a present.
From Vegas?
I'm not from Vegas. I'm
Oh,
sorry.
well, forget it.
When I
Forget
was
it then.
out pillaging and rummaging earlier,
Did you go to a rummage sale?
I did.
Okay.
I found something I wanted to bring you.
Oh my gosh,
To
what?
entertain us. So
What?
if you give me a second, I will go.
I'll give you all the seconds you
Okay.
need.
All right.
Experience your favorite horror, comedy, and science fiction films of the 70s, 80s, and 90s on the big screen with the Cult Film Series at Roxy 14. Double features Thursdays at 7 p.m. Visit us on Facebook for more information.
Do you know what it is?
I do. Are you excited?
You do? Oh my, what the heck? Okay, I can't wait. Is it something I can wear?
Okay.
Is it like,
Ugh,
what
my rat tail got
in the
caught again.
world is this?
Ugh.
Okay. Well, it's a lot
I
bigger
told
than
you
I
I
was
was out-
expecting. Oh my gosh, can I feel it?
No, you don't want to touch this.
Okay.
I was out
What? What is it?
pillaging and plundering.
Did you give me a puppy?
Oh,
Oh,
wait, hang
okay. Okay.
oh my
okay.
goodness.
What the
Oh, okay.
heck is this? What the?
Here you go.
It's comedian Phil Johnson from Under the Crossbones! Yeah!
Phil
What?
Johnson.
Yes! Oh my gosh! Phil, come on over. Join
Welcome.
us on the couch. Welcome to the Cult Show. Oh my god.
Would you mind joining us over there?
Please,
Sure. On the
please.
couch. Do you mind?
Come on over.
We brought you.
Oh my gosh.
Was it hot in that bag?
A little hot in the bag. A little dusty in the bag.
Fan them off. My goodness. Well, thank you for my nice present.
You're welcome.
Oh
I
my
thought you
gosh,
might-
What a gift.
Where am I exactly? Where am I?
You're at the Cult Show. Welcome
Okay.
to.
We don't know where we are
No,
anymore.
we're still trying to figure that out.
Yeah.
So welcome.
I'm not sure where that goes.
Yeah,
so. Okay. Hey, welcome.
Different show.
Thanks for
all
coming.
right.
Thank
Okay,
you.
different show. I like your pants.
Thank you.
Those are sweet.
Thank you.
Nice.
These are legit, like early '90s leather pants.
I was gonna ask if it's
Yeah.
the real deal.
They're the real thing, and I had to. I wore them back then when I was playing music, and then last year I was like, you know what? I wonder if I still fit in those, and I didn't. So it's been a struggle every night. Yeah.
Nice. Do they come off, or once they're on, that was it?
They do come off. Yeah, they do come off, but they're sticky.
Lot about baby powder and.
A lot of oh yeah. But they're comfortable. They're like pajamas.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Nice.
Leather pajamas. I like that.
It must be really good. Man.
Wow.
I would be worried about my balls being chafed all the hell. I wouldn't know what was going on. So, man, you gotta shave before you leave the house. Anyway, how's it going?
Good.
So, Phil,
Yeah.
if you don't mind, tell us about you, Phil Johnson,
gosh.
in your comedy. We met
Yes.
because you came up initially for our Silver Scream Festival.
Yeah.
That was the first
And
time
then-
I saw you too. Was at Silver Scream. Yeah.
Oh, she was there. She
I
was
was
in the
there.
audience.
I was
That's right.
there. Yes.
Yeah, that was a blast. That was really fun, and because I
cool.
know next to nothing about horror movies, and so I had to do some research on all the people that you had there, and find out what they
homework.
were all about, and
Yeah.
then make fun of them.
Yeah.
So which was always fun. Yeah.
No
I
pressure,
like doing
you
it.
know?
Yeah. Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Sort of luminaries and roast them a little bit.
Hey,
Yeah,
it's good.
And then
That's
do
what
my
we
thing.
do.
Yeah, so I'm a
that's very
comedian, and I just got off stage somewhere else here in Santa Rosa.
Yes.
And then I came over and
I know. We have to
Yes.
thank
scooped
you
you
for
up and
Yes.
being a trooper and coming here after your gigs. So
Yeah,
yeah,
it's
we
fun.
do appreciate
we
it.
didn't give him much choice. It kind of just kidnapped him, brought him over.
He came and kidnapped me
So-
right off the stage.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I wasn't even done with my last song, and he was like, "Whoosh," and I was like, "Well, good
Bag
night,
right over
folks."
there, yeah.
And
Oh.
but I did, yeah, I
Oh my
tour
goodness.
all over the country, a little bit international, and doing the jokes and singing the songs and doing all that kind of thing. And filming a new special in August in San Diego. It'll be my 4th one.
Cool.
I think it might be called Burning Sensation, but I'm not sure yet. So-
It's about the pants, right?
Yes,
There you
exactly.
go.
Yeah, it's about the
There you
pants.
go.
The
Yeah.
whole show is about the pants. It's an hour of leather pants jokes. Now
down.
nobody's
I'm
going to
down.
come to see the show.
Spoiler alert! It's all yeah.
You'll get some really strange guys in there.
Oh, yeah.
Is what it will
Oh
be.
yeah, new artists.
So, how did you get started doing this? Like, when did you get bit by the comedy bug?
It was an accident.
What?
Yeah, it was.
Okay.
I have a degree in jazz. And
Guitar, piano.
Guitar, actually.
Nice,
Yeah,
nice.
I play piano as well, and flute, and a few other things.
Wow.
And I had split up with some band members that I was playing with, and I was just dumping songs into my 4-track. That's how long ago it was. And I wrote a couple of funny songs, and I played them at a music convention. We were just sitting around the pool at this music convention in Vegas and playing songs, and I played a song called Whale Blubber for them, which is a love song. And
Of course. Yeah.
of course.
Yeah.
And then I played a song called Two of Me, which is right up your alley, actually. It's about a homicidal schizophrenic maniac in love.
Wow.
Ooh, okay.
And
yeah.
one personality loves the girl, and the other one wants to murder her.
Nice.
So it's that internal struggle that he's having. And so I played those two around the pool in Vegas, and next morning everybody was like, "That's what you should be doing." And I was like, "No, those are garbage songs. Those are B-sides." And they were like, "No, seriously, we can't get those stupid songs out of our head."
Oh my God.
And then I went and did a comedy music show in San Francisco at a place called the Hyena Theater that doesn't exist anymore. And the MC saw me there, and she needed a guitar player for her act. A lady named Lynn Ruth Miller, who at the time was 72 and starting her comedy career, and she did this act where she would I would play Anarchy in the UK by the Sex Pistols while she threw lingerie at the audience. It was hilarious.
She threw lingerie at the audience.
Yeah, bras and nighties and things like that. It was just great.
Anarchy.
Yeah, that totally. Yeah,
and you're doing
yeah, and she'd sing it. Yeah, in her 72-year-old lady voice, and then I started getting offered sets at the shows because she was like, "Oh, he's got material," and then it just snowballed from there. And 14 years later, I'm a comedian and didn't mean
Wow.
to be. Yeah.
That
Okay.
is nice. Nice.
Dang.
That's
Yeah.
But you're putting your jazz,
Yeah, yeah.
degree to work.
Yes, yeah, I sing songs in the show. I still put out music regularly. Right now, I'm
That's
doing a project called 30-Second Songs, where I'm putting out a new 30-second song every day, give or take 15 seconds.
I have been seeing those on Instagram.
Yeah, and so I've been throwing one of those up every day.
Is it Instagram? I'm seeing
And
those
what
on?
is
Anywhere,
what-
Facebook,
Instagram,
Twitter,
YouTube.
Instagram.
Yeah, I was
they're
gonna say, what
everywhere.
is your Instagram handle?
Phil Johnson Comedy,
Awesome. Gotta
and
get out
Facebook,
there.
Phil Johnson Comedy, and Twitter, Roadside Phil, because I wasn't a comedian yet when I got that.
Okay. That'll all be,
yeah,
floating
right,
below.
right
and
down here.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
Doing everything, yeah.
Yeah.
Right along the leather, just like at Phil Johnson Comedy. Yes. Good luck with that.
Thank you. Thank you. It's nice trying to create little.
I give him extra work
extra
to do.
work to do.
Yeah.
Yes. Would you like sparkles?
Yeah, you want
Stardust.
You want a couple
Stardust.
cats and dogs with you running
Yes,
around?
Stardust and unicorns, please.
Okay.
Yeah.
Excellent. Farting rainbows, right?
Yes, exactly.
Excellent. Piece of cake.
Oh my goodness.
So
You also
Yeah.
have a podcast.
Yes.
I do, yeah. It's called Under the Crossbones, and it's about pirates.
Yeah.
And it's about pirate fandom and pirate history, and I talk to historians and actors and musicians and people who make
Board
hats
games.
and clothing and board games and video games and just anybody who's doing something cool with pirate iconography and in that fandom space.
Right.
And it's been a blast. We're almost 3 years into it, I think, so 180 plus episodes. And,
Wow.
Even I didn't know there would be that much material in it.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's amazing.
I remember the first time we were talking about it, and you had mentioned about the whole pirate thing.
Yeah.
And I was immediately like, "What? There's a whole pirate society?" And
Yeah,
we were
yeah.
like, "Yeah, they do this
Subculture,
and that."
really.
There is, yeah.
Yeah.
There's festivals and there's
Yeah.
bands and there's just loads of books. So I have authors on all the time who are writing about pirate history and things like that. and just like I talked to the guy who invented the Captain Morgan rum character. He's a painter, and I had him on the show very early on. And I've had people from movies and all that kind of stuff. I had Ray Stevenson on, who played Blackbeard in Black Sails. Yeah,
wow. Cool.
and so that was really cool. I've had guys on from Pirates of the Caribbean. I actually have an interview coming up with another one of those guys in a couple weeks. And so there's just all sorts of interesting people. The show is really about people doing creative things, and Pirates just happens to be the theme that we're starting with, and then we talk about whatever their discipline is. One guy emailed me, he's like, "Hey, I build ships and bottles. Do you want to talk about that?" And I was like, "Goddamn straight, I want to talk about ships and bottles."
Yeah. So the pirate thing is really just the common thread that kind of
gets us
it all
into
together.
So we talk about writing, we talk about painting, we talk about music, we talk about event coordination. Whatever it is. And then if I have a historian on, that's when we talk some serious pirate
It's a
talk.
very eclectic mix. I like that.
You did the one episode, in fact, I think it was last year maybe, where you didn't have a guest. You just talked about...
Oh, yeah. It was The Black Pirate, 1926.
Fairbanks.
Douglas Fairbanks.
And just talked about the movie and him and the history behind him and Mary Pickford, which is, cool, because the company I work for does movie theaters, operates movie theaters, and we had one that was called the Mary Pickford Theater.
Oh, okay.
And I knew all that history from that and how they started, her and Charlie Chaplin, they started United Artists, the whole thing. And then heard you talking about it. And
really interesting
It was really
history.
cool, the whole history. And it was good to hear you actually get way back when he was born and about his father who took off early and all that stuff. It was
that
really
that episode was a lot of work. Oh my God. I had no idea how much work it would be. But I've been listening to Dan Cummins' Time Suck podcast, and I was like, oh, that'd be kind of cool. How could I kind of do that kind of thing where he could deep dives on some sort of subject?
Yeah.
And his is usually a serial killer or something like that. And I was like, oh, how could I kind of do that? And I was like, oh, I'll do a pirate movie kind of thing. And it took weeks. That's all, after shows, my hotel room on the road, that's all I was working on, was just going through this film minute by minute and taking notes and looking up the history and, all that kind of stuff.
Oh, my God.
But it was interesting. And I think the next time I do it, it might be that Pirates movie from, was that 85, 84?
82.
82.
Yeah, 82.
Oh, holy hell, that's a bad movie. Dude,
I'm not alone. Oh my
how old was
God.
Christy McNichol in that movie? Do we know? I meant to look it up, and I can't.
I would have
because the scene with the Pirate King is super creepy.
Yeah.
We were just
No.
talking about. We love it.
No, we don't.
He's
We
like,
do not love it. We do not
He's
love
like,
it.
what's the age of consent? She's like, 18. He's like, good, I'm old enough. I was like, yikes. Things that would not happen in 2019.
No,
Yeah.
that's what's so fun about it.
I know,
There's
it's
so
like,
much
could
inappropriate
this
in it.
movie get made now? Probably not.
there's a ton- but
There's
a
so
ton
many
of
movies that
films.
couldn't get made now.
Well, what
I
made me
mean,
laugh is at the beginning with all the bikini girls and the poofed up 80s hair and all
Yeah.
that. And then she comes on and she's like the frumpy one. I'm like, no, she'd be like the hot hipster chick. And now,
Yeah, with
right?
the big boombox.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
got
She'd
that
be the
cool,
go-to. We'd be, that's the love interest.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
No,
I just loved how all the bikini babes were wearing shoes on the beach, like on the sand. They were all wearing high heels.
yeah, that's what women do, right? Isn't that real?
No.
No?
No, we did not. Because they will sink in, yes.
Are you saying my childhood is a lie?
yes, that's what I'm saying.
Women don't wear high heels on the beach.
Nope.
Arg.
That was the saddest arg I've ever heard.
I'm sad.
So,
For the record, she was 20 years old when
She was 20. All right.
So
okay.
I'm okay.
So vaguely less creepy.
She was you treating him
but
like a
she
piece
probably
of meat.
wasn't playing a 20-year-old though. That's.
No.
Yeah, well, because I was trying to do the math because the oldest sister says she's 33, or she says she's 23, and then she turns to the camera and goes, she's 33, and there was like 7 or 8 sisters. I'm like, there's no way she's 18.
She's 33. It adds up.
Yeah.
You take a little bit of poetic justice.
So, is there a certain favorite episode? Like, is there one that stands out that was like just the one that you were the most passionate about, or really?
Oh,
like,
of my show? Gosh.
Yeah.
What's the guy's name? Hart. He's a screenwriter.
Heart.
He's the Heart Chart now, where he does screenwriting thing. Anyway, he wrote the Muppet Treasure Island, and he wrote
Tim Curry's in that.
yes, and he wrote another pirate movie that I can't think of, but it was like he wrote 2 pirate movies. So that guy was like, I was super excited to have him on. I also had the guy who wrote the screenplay for Life of Pi on. because, and I can't remember what pirate movie he wrote, but as soon as I saw Life of Pi, I was like, I gotta get him on the show, and I'll figure out a way. And he had written a pirate thing, and
That's
so
cool.
we mostly talked about trying to write Life of Pi for the screen,
Wow.
which was considered an impossible movie to write
Right.
for a long time, you know, and it was an amazing film.
So, do you have a favorite pirate movie, or are there too many? Have you lost count? I mean, I know it's hard to pick favorites, but
I mean, I always
or like any must-see.
like, honestly, and it doesn't hold up well, but Hook is probably my favorite.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah.
I love Hook. Yeah.
Because
that's
Dustin Hoffman.
classic.
Oh, Hook! That was the other script the guy wrote besides Muppet
okay.
Treasure Island. He wrote Hook.
Okay.
Jesus.
Is that James Hart? Is that?
James Hart. Yeah,
Nice.
James V. Hart. Thank you.
Nice.
Thank you.
Oh,
See, we all
James V.
figure it
Hart.
all
Yeah,
out.
Hook is classic.
Yeah.
Yeah, Dustin Hoffman. I mean,
As Captain Hook was fantastic.
brilliant,
Yes.
brilliant.
And that
yeah.
movie does not always completely hold up well. There are weird parts that are, but
Yeah, but
But yeah,
to
that's-
this day, I'll still like Rufio.
Yo, Rufio!
well, you know
Yes,
what's funny
yeah.
is that he's doing a new movie with the guy who played Rufio. They're working on a Rufio
A
film.
Rufio.
And the guy's an adult now, but he
Spin-off?
still walks into bars and apparently still looks young. And he walks into bars and people are like, Rufio!
Oh my gosh,
Rufio!"
yes.
And I can't imagine being followed around by that for my entire
Can you
life.
imagine? Oh my
Oh,
gosh.
I saw Hook. I remember not. I don't know. I didn't.
That's all right.
I
James Hart
get
didn't like it either.
I didn't get Hook. Maybe.
I think
I've
you
always
just had
been
to be
a
the
Captain
right
Hook guy.
age.
Is that what it
you
was?
know?
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Captain Hook's always been my guy. There's
Okay,
Captain
nice,
Hook
yes.
crap all over my office.
Oh, that's cool.
And so that was kind of my entree, that and the Pirates of the Caribbean ride at Disneyland.
Yes. Oh my gosh. I'm
We've-
so happy that got brought up.
Yeah.
That's, yeah. When it comes to pirate culture, that's
Yes.
the thing that sticks out to me the most.
Yeah.
That ride is absolutely brilliant. The music, just character
That is a
design,
great ride,
everything. Yeah.
Yeah. As a kid, my mom and I would ride it, and we'd look for home decorating tips.
Yes. That's
Because we
amazing.
like the bedroom scene. We'd be like, that's pretty cool.
Oh,
yeah.
so, like all the ornate, like
Yeah,
carving.
yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh. He's speaking my language now.
You like it?
And
Okay.
The Disneyisms come out.
I just like the
and,
fact
yeah.
you can, you get in the boat and it's just calm.
Uh-huh.
You know, and you're just, and you get to go doing your little, dead
Oh, yeah.
man.
Yeah,
Oh yeah,
going down
especially
the
as a kid,
thing.
that was the best because it was as
Oh.
close as I got to a roller coaster as a kid.
Yeah,
And,
but
uh,
yeah, it's cool. It's in the dark, but
Yeah.
it's just, I can do it over and over and over
Yeah.
and over. That's the only thing I can do in the park. That and haunted house, and I would be
Oh,
happy.
Haunted Mansion, that's-
Mansion, sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And,
I
I'd
had
be
to
happy.
correct you.
I know. I don't
See,
want.
because that's my number one, Haunted Mansion, because the whole horror thing, Yeah.
Yeah.
So Haunted Mansion's my number one, but Pirates is
Pirates
right
too?
up there.
Okay,
that's
I'm-
probably two.
I'm with
yeah.
you on that one.
Yeah.
I'll give you
Haunted
one.
Mansion's
I'll give
50
you
years old this
boom.
year.
It's the 50th anniversary. Oh my goodness! And I keep wondering if they're going to do like some special anniversary event, but I haven't heard anything.
I think
yet.
they are. I think they're doing something. I
Okay.
heard, but I'm not sure
Okay.
what. Yeah.
We'd have Eddie Murphy in there, like.
Yeah.
To come on in.
Well, that was the thing when they were doing the first Pirates of the Caribbean movie. They had just done that Haunted Mansion movie, or it was right around the same time, and that was so bad. And they were
Right.
like, "We're doing Pirates of the Caribbean movie," and everybody's like, "Oh God, no! Who's gonna be in it? Chris Rock? Don't you know?"
Can you imagine? As Captain Jack Sparrow.
That's okay. I'll give it to you. It's better than I could do.
I'm not even going to attempt it. So
No, it's
I'm-
okay.
And you know me, I'll attempt any
You'll attempt
imitation.
anything, yeah.
Any imitation. That one, I'm like, nope, not even going to try.
That's okay.
No.
So we'll stay on Disney a little bit then and do the whole Pirates of the Caribbean movie since you brought them up.
Yeah.
How do you like them? What do you think? About
The
them?
first two are good, and then it goes downhill from there, and that's pretty much the consensus in the pirate
Yeah.
community. Is everybody goes, yeah, 1 and 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 is better than 4. It seems like they might still be doing a 6. I know there was already paperwork in place for a 6, but it looks like Johnny Depp's not going to be in the new one for
I think I've
various
heard that
reasons.
too.
And and the screenwriters aren't going to be. It's not going to be Terry Rossio and the other guy. And so it was supposed to. I think they had maybe the Deadpool writers or somebody like that, and then those guys bailed. And now it's all up in the air. So,
Got it.
and so they're thinking about just like rebooting the whole thing, and then they'll have to go change the ride again and whatever.
Yeah, I know. They've already
That's
done.
what it's all about. It's just like keeping the rides fresh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How many shirts
Yeah.
can we sell? And
Yeah. You mentioned pirate community.
Yeah.
I mean, like in the pirate community, the part 4 is this and 5. So who are these pirate community people? Like, is it ever like they're just normal folks like us walking around, and then on Sundays they put on.
Are they
clothes
like
and they
Ren Fair
reenact?
people, Burning Man
You know?
people, or is it kind of a cross?
It's
of,
Ren
like-
Fair people.
Okay,
It comes out of
okay.
the Ren Fair. It starts in the mid '80s, where you get some of the lane entertainers decide to do a pirate character, and then they turn into bands like let's see, who'd I just have on? There's a band called the Jolly Rogers. They were early on, and there's 2 or 3 bands that started really, really early at the Ren fairs, and those Ren fairs were cool with it. But then pirates started showing up at other Ren fairs, and they were like, "That's not period correct. That's the wrong time period." So there was like pirates were literally infiltrating Ren fairs like pirates would, and
Touche.
And probably telling them that they can't be there probably went over really well.
last year I was the MC on the main stage at the Long Beach Pirate Invasion, and I'm doing that again this year. And it's bringing bands up and down, which I've done that all my career.
Yeah.
And then asking people pirate trivia questions for giveaways, and just trying to gather people around, and all this kind of stuff. So
Build
it's
up
a
the
different
energy,
kind of
kinda,
it's a different kind of gig, but it's pretty fun. It's pretty fun.
Huh.
Yeah, but the festivals are a kick. I mean, it's like it's booths. As if you went to an art and wine festival, but all the handmade crap is
Merchandise,
piratey
yeah.
stuff. Yeah,
Cool.
so you can buy hats and coats and pantaloons and.
Now, is there pirate food? Like, is there certain foods that would be appropriate
There's,
to like?
there's always a turkey
period,
leg
or-
kind of thing.
Okay.
And then no.
The drinks.
Yeah, everybody's got a flagon.
Okay,
That they
okay.
carry around, and the most common thing you hear at the festivals is, "Who's seen my flagon? Has anybody seen my flagon? I've lost my flagon." And
There's a T-shirt.
yeah.
Yeah, that's
Have
it.
you seen my flagon?
Get that on a bumper
Somebody
sticker and
took my
start-
flagon.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so God knows what they're drinking out of those things.
Okay.
So everybody's carrying those.
So we could
around.
like buy tickets and go to the
Yeah.
Long Beach Pirate Invasion.
Yeah, actually, one of the biggest in the country is in Vallejo every year.
Oh,
It's the
what?
NorCal Pirate Festival. Yeah, and
my
it's
gosh.
huge. They do 3 or 4 stages of entertainment, and there's booths and food and all that kind of stuff. And
Are there a lot of Somalis there, or is it pretty much just
we deal with that on my show too.
okay?
Yeah, I
I am
had
the
on.
captain now.
What's that?
I am the captain. You are my captain. Wait, I'm quoting
said,
that.
"I am the captain
I am the
now."
captain
Yeah.
now. Is that what it is?
Yeah.
That movie with
You had like
Tom
3
Hanks?
different movies going on.
Yes,
yeah.
yes.
I
it
am your
was
captain,
all-
captain, my captain. Why is Robin Williams in a torn T-shirt on a ship? So, but
That's
yeah,
how
we
my
have
brain works.
we have talked about that on the show. I had a guy on who was maritime security and fought against Somali pirates. I had another guy on who was a prisoner of Somali pirates for almost 3 years, and that was really interesting because I read his book beforehand, and it was just a story that just seemed made up. Like, it was so far from reality where you're just like, this is amazing. And I'm reading it and I was like, oh my God, I have to talk to this guy about this experience,
Yeah.
And I didn't even know how to wrap my head around it. And it was really fascinating. So we do bring that in because I think it's important to, let people know that it's not all fun and games. It's not all crazy hats and
Yeah.
flagons,
Right.
It's not all flagons and swords, you guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, well, let's be honest. If any of us were alive during this golden age, we'll call it, right?
Yeah.
I mean, it's a pretty brutal time.
Sure, yeah.
Everything you read, I mean, it's not exactly it's something you want to be
Yeah.
around. So,
Yeah. Well, I mean, there's
but-
a lot of sort of historical revisionism happening right now where people are taking a different tact on the whole thing, where instead of looking at these guys as criminals, which they were, looking at them as freedom fighters and a proto-democracy because they were, the reason they became pirates was because they were mistreated in the Royal Navy, so they would defect. And so on their ships, they had the Pirate Articles, which essentially was a constitution. Everybody got an equal vote. There was a health insurance system. If you lost an eye, you got an extra share of the treasure. If you lost a leg, you got this extra share of the treasure. If you died, then it went to your significant other. If you had one, they had gay marriage on the ships as a totally acceptable thing. So there was all these like super progressive things happening on those ships, and that was filtering back to the American colonies at that time, and being an influence. Nobody has found any pirate books in Thomas Jefferson's book collection yet, but everybody's looking. So that's kind of the new take on the Golden Age pirates anyway, because there was the whole community in Nassau, which was sort of a also very democratic and sort of a hippie commune type of thing, which is that's the whole thing in Black Sails, is that Nassau community there, everybody's now going, well, the people that won wrote the history. Maybe they weren't entirely right. Maybe there's another way to look at these guys. But at the end of the day, they were still stealing stuff from people.
Right. And killing.
Yeah, but not nearly as much as you might think, because they didn't want to kill anybody, because that didn't make them any money. They were really out for, a lot of times they were stealing food. Food and ammunition and gunpowder and rope and lines they're called on a ship. I got corrected the other day. Yeah, because I posted a picture of it and I said, so much rope, and they're like, it's not called rope. And I said, all right. Called lines. Called lines.
Calm the flogging down.
Exactly. I said, next time I'm looking at a script, I'm going to call all my lines ropes. Rope, please.
Whose rope is it anyway?
Yeah,
It's
right.
Show. Yeah. Pirate improv. Ooh, pirate improv.
Pirate improv.
That's what you should do.
Yes.
Pirate
Improv. I think you're first guest.
Now, do you have pirate material in your acts, like in your comedy?
I don't. I haven't come up with anything I like yet.
You gotta do it. Okay.
A fellow comedian friend of mine has been trying to talk me into doing a full show about pirates, like a full 90-minute Colin Quinn style full show about pirate history, which I'm considering doing. And it'll be a lot of work, but I have to get this new comedy special filmed before I can even think about
Yes, we want to see your special for sure. And one question I had, when you're saying golden age, like what is this time period?
1680 to 1720, roughly.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I was just curious.
And so it starts early as Captain Morgan, and goes through Bartholomew Roberts, who was the most successful of all the Golden Age pirates. He took down over 400 ships.
Whoa.
Yeah, and then retired. Did he retire? He might have been killed. I can't remember. No, I think he was killed. But
It's kind of being retired,
It's pretty retired. You cannot get any more retired than having your head on a pike.
That's true. That's a good point.
And was it this year? I think it was this year or last year. Was the 300th anniversary of Blackbeard's death. So there was Blackbeard events all over the country, especially around Ocracoke Island in North Carolina, where the last battle was. And so they have big Blackbeard festival there.
Wow.
And all that kind of stuff. And so I had to drag out all my old Blackbeard, themed episodes for that week and all that kind of stuff. But it's all over the world. I've talked to people, I regularly have interviews with people in England and Australia and Europe, and there's a pirate band in Venezuela, and so I talk to people all over the world about this stuff, and thank goodness for Skype.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I'd lose my ass on plane tickets.
It gets expensive.
Yes.
Bringing people in.
Yeah.
Sure. So, Corsican Brothers.
Oh God, oh man, I haven't seen that in a long time. I love the Corsican Brothers.
It's a Corsican. It's a what? Cheech and Chong pirate.
Ow! 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 Yeah, it's the greatest.
Okay.
That's a fun one.
I must check this out.
Cheech and Chong are the Corsican brothers, but they truly felt for each other.
I know what you mean, especially in these pants.
Cheech and Chong are the Corsican brothers.
Corsican Brothers. I'm just thinking there was a little bit in the 80s. They had a little, all of a sudden you had a couple comedies come out between Yellowbeard,
right?
Corsican Brothers, and wasn't there a third one? I thought maybe not. I think maybe I'm thinking of, because Yellowbeard towards the end, they go and they find Cheech and Chong again, right? Aren't they in there at the end?
I think maybe, it's been a long time since I saw those. But even Disney did like Blackbeard's Ghost. And, and things like that. So there was sort of a comedy pirate thing happening.
Yeah.
I just keep thinking about that Pirates movie with Kristen McNichol. So bad. So bad. I was like, I see where you're trying to do, and you're not getting there.
I couldn't even make it through the whole thing. I quit after I got
watched
pretty
it in
far, but okay, maybe that's all I have to do. It. Maybe
I sat through the whole thing gleefully. Hey, so we got some vernacular, if you will, of the pirate variety.
All right.
They were wondering if we could run by you.
All right.
Just see if you know.
See if I know?
Put you to the test.
Okay.
So,
now I have to warn you,
Yeah.
that I do not know. My aft from a hole in the ground as far as ships
Okay.
go. So,
Well, we're gonna pick the ones that just sound kind of damn right funny. So
Okay.
and it's kind of more fun just to see if you. I would honestly expect you not to know these
okay.
because these were pulled off the internet, so I'm sure they're right.
Everything on the
Yeah.
internet is right.
Yes.
You want to do the first one because it sounds like a bad word. The
You
yellow
do
one.
it. You
want
do
to-
it.
You get all shy all of a sudden?
Coxswain. Have you ever heard of a coxswain?
I have heard of a coxswain. Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know what he does, but yeah,
I caught mine in a zipper once.
I don't know what he does, but I know he dribbles a little bit at the end of the ship. So
He usually it says it here. He usually steers the ship's boat.
right.
Steers a ship's boat. And has charge of its crew. Steers a ship's boat. Why would a ship have a boat?
That's shipception right there. It's like
Okay.
a ship within a ship.
Moving on.
Moving on. That was the one we were talking about earlier.
Yeah.
To crack Jenny's teacup. What does that mean, to crack Jenny's teacup? I mean, you can probably make up an answer and it'll be close.
Yeah,
but, yeah.
I've heard it, but not familiar
Yeah.
with it
No?
really.
Oh.
Yeah.
Good.
To spend the night in a house of ill repute.
Oh yeah. Okay. That was my guess. Yeah.
Hey, what? You
Sounds
said-
about right.
Feel free.
Yeah,
Don't hold
yeah.
back.
Yeah. All right.
Is
Banging
Jenny,
hose.
There you go. There you go.
is Jenny like a pirate thing? Because I know there's that song Pirate Jenny.
Yeah.
So is that like a
I have
is
no
that a
idea.
thing?
That's a good question. Is that is Jenny a pirate name or pirate anything?
No, I think it's just sort of a generic name that they
Okay.
would use.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Feminine name.
Yeah. Speaking of, I mean, for the ladies out there, we gotta know about the lady pirates. I know Anne Bonny.
Anne Bonny and
yeah,
Mary
that's-
Read, and they were quite. There's a really good book out that's called Pirate Women, and I can't remember the name of the author, but she was on my
Pirate
show
Women.
and NPR and a whole bunch of things.
Nice.
That one goes into a whole bunch of female pirates. There was also Cheng Yi Sao, who was actually the most successful pirate. She was a prostitute. She married a pirate captain, and when he died, she took over the entire fleet of like 500 ships or something like that. It was just insane. She was
Wow.
post-Golden Age. She was in the later 1700s, and I'm
Okay.
amazed they haven't done a movie about her yet because it's
Yeah,
such
I
an
mean, that
amazing
sounds
story. Yeah.
fascinating. Come on.
Yeah.
Someone
Wow.
get out there, write it.
Yeah, and there
Let's
was
make it
Grace
happen.
O'Malley, the Irish pirate queen. That's a really interesting story too. Yeah, so there
Yeah,
were quite
see,
a few women. Yeah.
Really, Anne Bonny was the only one that I
Yeah.
was familiar with.
Yep.
So
That's
thank
one I've
you
ever
for
heard of.
enlightening us on that. So
All episodes
next,
Pick one, whatever you like.
Crossbones.com.
you heard it here. All right, there's a good one.
You want me to say that one?
Yes, I would
Another one
love
for me?
to hear you say that.
Okay. I believe it's pronounced bunghole.
Oh, yeah, isn't that's like the hole in a barrel or something?
That is very
yes.
good. Typically sealed with a cork.
Yeah.
A cork.
Just like you.
Now,
I
now
want to say it with
sometimes-
that accent. That's fine.
That's right. Clap of thunder, which is typically what you get if you go into the wrong bunghole. So you will get the clap of thunder.
All right.
But it
Enough
really is a
said.
thing.
But it really is a thing.
It's a thing.
It's a thing?
Yeah, the
Is
clap
it,
of thunder.
Is it a VD?
It's not.
Or is it a clap of thunder? No, I don't know.
A strong alcoholic drink.
Which you would
Oh, okay.
get out of the bunghole,
Okay.
Yes, which comes from the bunghole.
pop at the cork, get the clap of thunder.
I'm sure it tastes really good. So I did some words here in pink. I highlighted that I just like.
Those
Okay.
are those are great words. Yeah.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
bilge rat.
Bill Jett? Yeah,
Yeah.
that's like calling somebody an asshole.
Basically, yeah, it's a very insulting name.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess they called it because there were actually rats who live in.
In the bilge.
The bilge
Yeah,
of the
so the
ship,
bilge
and
is
they
the bottom
consider
part of the
them-
ship where
Yeah.
like there's wastewater and it's just
Yeah.
all scrungy down there.
Oh.
There were rats down there. Yeah.
Should have called someone that. Yeah.
Yeah.
I love that. Then rapscallion,
It's always a good one.
Yeah.
Yes.
a mischievous
rogue.
person.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Scoundrel.
Yeah. Scoundrel.
The next one I love, scallywag.
You love scoundrels.
A villainous or mischievous person.
Scallywag.
A scallywag.
love
And
that.
finally,
The scourge of the seven seas.
wow.
Wow.
Which is just a pirate known for its extremely violent or brutal nature.
Yeah, like Lolene or somebody like that. There
Yeah.
were fucking psychos out there.
Let's be clear. Let's be
were.
clear.
Yeah, I mean, there was like Lolene. He there was one where he went into a guy's chest, pulled out his heart and then jammed it in his mouth. Yeah, so I mean, there were like some really violent psycho people out there as well. You know, not all of them were. Blackbeard never killed anybody. Blackbeard used branding and reputation. They would throw the Jolly Roger up, and the ship would go, "Cool, take whatever you want." And he never actually killed anybody until the final battle, where the Navy took him down.
Yet the guy with the heart in the mouth hasn't ever had a movie made about him.
No.
Wow.
Yeah, that's
Hollywood.
That's pretty
Get
cool.
at it.
Yeah, I
Put
mean, most of the
pressure
ones
on.
that you've heard of, Calico Jack Rackham or Sam Bellamy or Bartholomew Roberts, they never really killed that many people, if any, because it was all branding. It was weaponized storytelling.
Okay.
Because all those stories and their reputation would filter back to the colonies. A lot of these guys were working off the American East Coast, and had homes, you know, in North Carolina and New York and things like that, and they'd show up back in town, and everybody would be like, "Woo, yeah, heroes," you know, because what happened originally, they were stealing stuff from other country ships and bringing it back to America. So they were like, "Yeah, all right, cool, helping out America," and then they started taking out American ships, and that's when it turned, and they were like, "Not so cool anymore," and now we're going to kill you. Yeah.
Wow.
That was the real turning point, though, when they started attacking American ships instead of Spanish or English ships and things like that.
Right.
French ships.
What about like some of the myths, like walking the plank? Was that actually
Didn't
a
exist.
thing?
Yeah. No, it was way faster to just ram a sword into somebody.
Right?
Yeah.
So these things that have been sort of like, I don't know, Hollywoodized or
pirate
you know,
cliches. Or,
there was a
like
book.
the
There was a
parrot
book
on
called
the shoulder or the.
There was a book called The General History of Pirates that came out by the author's pen name was Daniel Johnson, Captain Daniel Johnson.
Okay.
Nobody's exactly sure who it was. Nobody's been able to figure it out. Some people think it's Daniel Defoe and things like that. And a lot of that stuff kind of came out of there. More of it came out of Treasure Island.
Okay.
Either the book or the Disney film. Honestly, a lot of it goes right back to that. The whole pirate accent, quote unquote, the Bristol accent, it's from Disney's Treasure Island. That didn't exist as a pirate accent before that movie, you know. And it's a Bristol, England accent, which it is legit. That's where Blackbeard was from, you know. So it would be, but pirates were from all over the world, so they wouldn't have all had our kind of accents, you know. This guy's from Denmark, but he's got a British accent.
We're just gonna have to edit out the entire first half of this show.
Well, we're from wherever that accent comes from.
Right,
Yes.
you're from Bristol, England.
Okay.
Okay.
There we go.
Bristol, England.
And,
Home of the Arrrr.
Home of the R, yeah. But anyway, so a lot of that stuff comes out of either Treasure Island or General History of Pirates, and much of it's been debunked. So there was no walking the plank. They did have animals on board, so some of them would have had birds or monkeys, or you know, so that's kind of legit. There was always animals on the ship, mostly to eat or catch mice. There were cats and things like that. Keel hauling, I think, was actually a thing, which is pretty brutal. Did you see in Black Sails, that keel hauling scene was
That's where they drag you.
where they
under
drag you
Oh
underneath
yeah,
the
over
ship.
the ship.
Yeah.
That was the first time anybody had filmed a keel hauling like that, and that was uncomfortable to watch. Really, really uncomfortable to watch.
Did you hear about that?
No.
Yeah.
So they would drag you, they would tie you up
Okay.
on a rope that went around the ship, and they would drag you underneath the ship across all the barnacles on the bottom of the ship. So you would just come back up
just
flayed. Yeah. And they would do that multiple times.
Oh, because once.
Because why not?
Why not?
Right.
You know?
Yeah. So that was their form of torture rather than, you know, walking the plank. There's one myth about the eye patch thing, where they would go, they put an eye patch on, and then what they would do is when they would go down in the hold, they'd put the eye patch on the other eye so that they had one eye that was used to the dark. No. Otherwise, as it was explained to me,
Genius.
yeah, well, as it was explained to me, somebody was like, well, then how come we've never seen a painting of a naval admiral with an eye patch on? I was like, oh, yeah. Everybody would have been doing that if that was a thing, you know.
Right.
So the eye patch was because they lost an eye. But I mean, the eye patches and the peg legs, they lost limbs.
existed,
yeah. So that was legit.
That was
Okay. No treasure maps with X marks the spot, or you mentioned they were probably just stealing a lot of times food.
Supplies.
Or
They weren't
gunpowder,
stealing food and
you know.
supplies. They did steal money
Yeah,
as
of
well.
course, but-
Nobody's ever really found buried treasure, but I do know people who are out there looking for it.
Okay. Okay.
Now there's shipwreck treasure, loads of that. In 1750, a Spanish treasure fleet, 1750, 1750? Yeah, I think it was 1750. A Spanish treasure fleet went down off the coast of Florida, and there was 3 ships, and they're still pulling stuff up from those ships.
My gosh.
There's still people down there, and it's like not deep. It's not that far off the coast.
Wow.
But as their technology for bringing this stuff up gets better, there is still loads of stuff down there that they're bringing up. I mean, coins and it was Spanish treasure galleons coming from Mexico and South America, where they were stealing all that from and minting it, and then they were bringing it back on these galleons to go back to Spain. And the ship went down in a huge storm, 3 of them, and they're still pulling stuff up off the coast of Florida. So shipwrecks, there's loads of stuff coming up, but nobody really buried treasure because they weren't money managers.
Right.
They
were
would go
stealing to spend.
They would go into town and crack Jenny's teacup. You know.
As they should.
Yes. Why not?
Wow, I feel like we should go to Florida and go on a little treasure hunt. You can hold your breath, right?
Sounds good.
Or maybe we can get you in a little boat, pumping some air down. And,
There you
know,
go.
and,
Yeah,
I
okay.
can be underwater.
I had no idea what was going on in that scene. I was so confused. I was like, why is she singing? Why is there an 80s pop song while she's pumping?
Not just an 80s pop song?
With animation.
An awesome
yes,
80s pop
animation.
song. with backup singing fish. Did we not watch the same movie? I'm not sure what's going on.
It's an old wives' story. Said it's an old wives' tale. I say that love is glory. I tell you, love's so frail. Love and needs a bandage and intensive care. And it's a disadvantage when you're playing fair. If you tread water and romance is on the slide, don't you know you have to swallow something more than water is your pride? I huffed and puffed just to keep love going. I'm done, I've had enough of pumping and blowing.
Oh, well, I give it 1 hookup, so. There you go.
I'm just gonna.
You're good, I know. You're gonna gut, dethrone.
I mean, we could go on and on with.
I know, we could.
I love the historical lessons we're getting, but I think we all should just go to the podcast and check it out so we can get the real deal, the real dirt on
So what's upcoming?
pirate
on the
lore.
podcast?
Yes.
Do
Yeah.
you
I've got.
give it away ahead of time?
Yeah,
Divulge?
I've got. I'm trying to think who I've got coming up. I've got Treve Etienne, who is in Pirates of the Caribbean 1 and 2, that I'm interviewing in a couple weeks.
But you're a busy guy. You are roaming. I
know,
mean,
right?
the earth like Cain, giving forth your comedy.
And where can we see you next performing live?
May 3rd, Silver Dollar Saloon in Marysville, Federation Brewing on the 4th in Oakland. 9th is Slate Bar in San Francisco. 10th, I'm playing some guy's house in Oakland. 24th, Bay Bridge Winery, Bay Bridge Brewing in, where the hell's that? San Diego. The Comedy Palace in San Diego, doing a Navy SEALs benefit in San Diego. Mannheim something or other in Brentwood, California on the 27th. And Blue Lagoon in Santa Cruz on the 30th of May.
Cool.
Yeah.
Wow.
So be sure and look for Phil at some guy's house in Oakland.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
It's a surprisingly good show. It's called Comedy Soup, and the room holds like 12 people, and he puts 20 in there, and it's a really fun show. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Amazing.
But
Okay.
it is like a weird little some guy's house in Oakland. Yeah.
No. All right. I was thinking you're just gonna get kidnapped again by someone else.
Yeah.
Run their living room.
I just show up at a guy's house. He doesn't know I'm coming.
Right.
And
You
I
give
just
him an address. You just show up.
yeah, I
at a
bang on his
specific
door. I go,
time.
jokes. We're doing jokes. Put your fork down. Dinner can finish later.
I told one about Sting once, so Kelly's still mad at me about it.
I mean, I totally fell for it. Hook, line, and sinker.
Very good.
good.
I tried to sell that one. I tried to act it out.
You really
so.
did. You really did. Yeah, it was very impressive. Would you like to tell it again,
No,
since
it's,
we are just, really building it up?
I should. Did you hear
Okay.
that Sting got kidnapped?
No.
Yeah. The police have no lead.
Yeah.
The police don't have a lead.
Yeah, that's it. That's it. Jokes.
right.
Jokes.
These are the jokes, people.
This is why we hire the pros,
Okay.
because we need
Comedians are
help.
tough.
I know. No, the last thing they want is someone who's not a comedian telling
Telling
them
them
a joke.
jokes. Yeah.
Oh,
that's
and
like
boy,
the
does that
thing
happen
where-
all the
I
time.
know. That's
Oh,
why.
yeah.
Oh, my
After at the end of
God.
a show, somebody will always come up to me, "Hey, I've got a joke for you," and it's always the most racist joke like ever. And they go, "You can use that," and I'm like, "What makes you think I would use that?"
Just now, when I was telling you that joke, like he has on his eyelids F and U, so he just can blink just enough to show me.
Tattooed.
Yeah, pretty much.
Favorite comedians.
Eddie Izzard is a big guy for me. Ralphie May was great. Christopher Titus, Greg Barrett, Patton Oswalt. Those guys.
I love Patton Oswalt,
Yeah. And Robin Williams was always my guy from when I was a kid. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
We do like Robin Williams quite a bit, yeah.
Yep.
Phil, thank you very
Phil!
much.
Thank you for
Appreciate
having me.
Round of
being here.
applause.
Yes.
Thank you very
Yes.
Thank you. Thank you.
Can I clap with the?
Can
Is
you-
it
did it
dangerous?
work? Did it
Dangerous.
work?
Oh God! All right, so Phil, thank you so much.
My pleasure.
For being
Thank you.
Appreciate
here.
being here and staying up late.
Check out.
And letting me kidnap you and put you in a burlap sack. So
Check out
that's
Under the
really nice.
Crossbones. Check out his website, which is.
PhilJohnsonComedy.com.
Boom.
And then don't forget that we also have a website where you can find
do.
us, thecultshow.com. And we have what else?
Instagram.
Instagram.
At the Cult Show Rocks.
Absolutely. And Twitter at the Cult Show _ and Facebook pages. And we do smoke signals on the roof. And yeah, we
I
have
do
pigeons.
like a little shimmy.
When you crack a little of Jenny's cup.
Yeah,
right?
exactly. Yep.
And then we do the cult film series still at that Roxy Movie Theater in downtown Santa Rosa, where you can come watch movies and see us live dancing our jig, as Kelly just demonstrated for you.
Yep. That's it.
And then other than
that's
that-
it. I mean, that's all we got.
That's
So,
it, yeah.
Yeah.
We're spent. So
We're
thank you
tired.
very much. We're tired. We're up
It's time
late.
to go.
Time to go home.
Go drink some
Rum.
Rum.
Thank you. Okay.
Time to go drink. What was that drink called? I'm trying to go
The
drink.
bunghole?
Clap of Thunder.
Clap of thunder.
You can have the bunghole. I'm going to have the clap of thunder.
Sounds good. Sounds good. Thanks for
Try
watching.
ordering a bunghole at a bar and see what happens.
Depends on the bar.
So this is Kelly.
I'm Callie Hitman, the hit woman. What am I going to say for this episode?
The hookiest.
The hookiest, the cookiest, the snookiest. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I am Neil. I am still the very model of a modern Major General.
And I'm Caleb, and I'm just waiting for Kelly to wake up from this dream.
So I'm going to go get in my car and drive home.
Wow.
All right.
Yeah.
Goodbye.
Goodbye. You're triggering me.
Me.
I'm triggered.
They call me Captain Silver and Salt and Pepper Beer. How's that? I fucked that one up real good.
Yo ho!
Yes.
Yo ho!
Ah.
You're
Sweat.
freaking hot. You're so freaking hot.
Sweating.
Ah.
Can I say that? Is that?
You know,
Am I not allowed to say that?
I was trying just to. I was thinking it was just like this random stranger. Like,
No.
yeah.
I do that for money on the side. We just gotta say something funny.
All right. So yeah.
Okay. I just got shut down. Look, it's like Charlie Chaplin. Wait, Charlie Chaplin.
Okay, but you guys got. Thank
You're
you.
running into an old argument.
Yeah.
I do it with my girlfriend all the time. I also don't know what's going on.
But there wasn't enough racism for her in it. So.
Okay. Whoa. Okay. Technical difficulties.
Professional shit.
The show is fine. It's the people on the show that don't know what's going on. You like the hook?
I do like those. Is it ER or R? Sorry.
Goodbye.